Okay, hello. We're back. Let's continue Disco Elysium. Hello everyone, how are you doing? Okay, so we last left our adventurers in the middle of town, or at least near the whirling rags, where our protagonist, unnamed detective, still has lost his memory. And he absolutely has no idea why did he get batshit drunk and well, do the things that he had to do. Right? Right. So now we are on a quest. This book really doesn't understand to find out what is happening. We also have to solve a murder. There's a dead body lying in the backyard of the whirling rags. That's why we got the call. And I think one of our immediate contacts would be contacting Sylvie, right? I'm sure we'll need to get a phone. Hey, we could have called from the operating booth, right? From the garage. I forgot about that. I was so caught up in trying to get my identity
Inside,
and I
you see a
forgot
set of
about
steering levers,
calling her.
a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need you to connect me with a civilian, Sylvie. She may have reported a murder. Right.
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Okay.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Cool, cool. Wait patiently. Let's wait patiently.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you.
Sylvie Malaika,
Yes, hello?
finally.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
Wow, she didn't even mention my name. She may not even remember it. I was
You can
hoping.
hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again.
Oh.
No, I don't know. It wasn't me. I haven't been out there since. I was
Oh, you get to see her
terrified
face.
of the stench and the corpse.
I don't remember if when this was in early access we could see the face or not, but I think I don't remember. But anyway, do you know how my paperwork ended up in trash container behind whirling?
Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir, clogging it completely. After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it out in the trash, thinking you didn't need it.
Oh, okay.
I am sorry about that. Anything else, detective? You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir. Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone. You know whom?
You think you hear a sliver of accusation in her words. Don't be paranoid. She's obviously talking about someone else, not you.
I failed this. 16 would have been godly. Oh. So the passing grade with this was 16. Okay, fair enough. Alright, I won't push you on this. Are you ever coming back to work?
Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now. No, not me.
Wait, what? Sylvie made the call. That's what the manager told me. What? Or did somebody else call on her behalf? I might be mixing the information.
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the union already knew about the court. No one calls the police. The union would get angry. You know, what the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Garbage.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the dock workers union.
In legally, no. In reality, yes. He looks around. Martinez is the de facto policed by dock workers union.
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation.
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her that... No, don't push her. It sounds as if she's about to cry.
Since I'm going the empathy route, I'm gonna back off.
You do? What else can I do for you? No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the union's phone, or the one on the coast.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer.
Yeah, go on. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags, when she was still working there.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit. The stuffed bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac.
Wow.
I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there. It was a pretty bird, there since I started working in Whirling. I really liked her. We call her Scotty.
There's genuine sadness in her voice.
Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you... Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now. We Go On by the O.O.
We Go On by the
I can't
O.O.
listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody. To hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me, threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then you screamed something about how you're a piece of shit human being, and why does anyone even let you work as a policeman? That you'd fire yourself, but you can't even do that. And then I had to deal with your toilet, the one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers. No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened. Oh, all sorts of things. From disco, rock too. So much disco and rock. Yes, that's the one you like to sing along to.
You should be
the
doing
most.
that more often.
The later it got, the more that one came.
Interesting. You still have to find a copy, though, before you can blast it. You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Just a moment, officer.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. Roger that. 10-10.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally. And now we know your Copo type.
Copo type?
Yes. Guess what's yours?
My Copo type. Okay, my cop type.
No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official. Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop.
The
Liquid
advanced
shadow cop.
liquid
But
shadow
you're too
cop.
sorry to say those things. So, here we go.
But you're too sorry to say those things. What the fuck? I need liquid shadow cop. Why can't I be liquid shadow cop?
What? Jealous of the sorry cop? They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything.
You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything.
No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin. Wow. Okay. Fuck off. Maybe we were wrong about you then.
I'm not gonna be the sorry type. Please. I'm here to investigate. For someone's bad experience, sorry must be said.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer
A simple little cadence.
from another planet. Hey there. It's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given.
Right.
Workers on strike, scabs agitating, all around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout. Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need? He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff. The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out. Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
I heard there's a company rep in town too, like a strike negotiator. They know what's up, precisely. Okay. From Wild Pines.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching. Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
Okay. Interesting. So,
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior.
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Time to arrest him.
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits, and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
it would be stupid to tell a cop that I'm dealing with illegal firearms. Of course he's joking. So nothing illegal then?
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
Could I get one of those fallen tracksuits? Okay.
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road. This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of.
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6?
Interesting. Wouldn't Kim Gitsuragi know a lot more cars than me?
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry. The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Come on, come on.
In his
Yes!
an unfamiliar longing. It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest.
Excuse me?
A flinch jolts his frame. The question has touched a nerve.
Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, so far from home. Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Caillou, pretty much. On another island called Laurentide, off mainland. We've got a little place there. Can almost... What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me. What about you, Cop Man? You missing someone?
Is that what it is? This feeling?
I feel hunted. Is that what it's feeling? I don't know what it is.
I feel for you, my friend. It's bad enough to know who you miss. Missing like that doesn't feel like it has much of an upside. But, thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone, and I know it wasn't easy to ask. I hope you find your way through your own troubles. Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. The bosses, man.
Makes sense. First work, then pay. I don't know who these bosses think they are. That sounds like a good arrangement for them.
Makes sense. It sucks is what it does.
Maybe don't tell people. The people they don't like are actually right.
Oh.
Don't be a stranger.
Okay. Okay. Oh, if I hold this thing, I can see highlights. Okay, interesting. Oh, there's something here. A bold slogan of Humanox covers the trucks. Huh. A tank top? Why not?
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent." Not a good track record of mental health in that family. What did he do? You have no idea. High above you, the king's...
This is very much like D&D, which I still love. Like, you would have never have known what the encyclopedia was about unless somebody else actually, figured it out. Oh, there's more money. Great. We are nowhere close to what we need to pay, but I am whatever.
Small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hand. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could... Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. No response. Wherever this...
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone. Why?
The woman still.
Can I
The
try
woman
again?
still. No response. Nothing.
Yes?
No response. A moment passed.
What do you want to know?
Who made the call reporting crime? We will interact with the damaged letter to give it one. Finding the right line may take some time.
You mean like a brief? 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard. who was
Anonymous
found
caller
hanged
said there
in
was a dead
Martinez.
body whirling like in
An
the
anonymous
area.
caller. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using... There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. Okay, well, we are good.
Huh? Temporary research bonus. More money. More money. Money, money, money.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
What's going on here? Looks like too much trouble for my taste. What's going on here?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to...
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make a salary. And feed their families.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do! We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
The physically impressive man tower has turned...
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss. Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
Okay.
We are not picking a side in this. Pity.
Let up! When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people. Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work!
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting. His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence. He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers. Silence is the answer. There's something off here. You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Ooh, okay.
What's it to you? No, don't think we've met before. I came to help out the people. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill. Worked at Territorium. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago.
Yes?
King Kitsuragi. Ah. It says GRIH. The Greater Revisual Industrial Highway.
Scab? I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM
He's talking
here
about the Union
to
and
the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
I'm confused between. So is this the what? If the dock workers union want work, then who's actually blocking? I'm confused here a little bit.
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Suggestion. He's a chatty guy who wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on better footing with the organization. Ooh. Okay. In case of strike, press the button. In case of strike, press the button behind guard.
Yes?
No, Kitsuragi. A hermetically sealed door, locked by electronic means. There's no lock picking or okay. Can I level up? I can't. Interesting.
Your body betrays your degenerate.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
Size him up first.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology?
Okay.
It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be
Pinnacle.
calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me.
Okay.
What is this androgynous display of sexual maturity?
Sexual matter. He looks down at you, taking stock at you.
Merely standing up makes you sweat profusely. Your breathing is erratic. Your own heartbeat in your ears.
Stop it! You
In front of this woman, and
This display of weakness, man.
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to leave.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to
oh,
succumb
I love
to
how they
Bangul.
say the negligence.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Alrul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
It's not good.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
What is in the influence of ham sandwich race is
Show
waning?
him the ham still got it.
Jerking motions, signs of a late-stage neurodegenerative disorder. How far the Occidental haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aeros. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Oh, wasn't that the button that they... Okay.
Enough with this. Bring your troops to the Semenine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcefat. Don't be vulgar. White or not has got lit.
There must be some friction there. He's keeping it well hidden, however.
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital. Something your race, naivistic communists, never. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline.
Nobla.
Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic. Jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs?
It's true, I am rock and roll star and a rebel.
Offshoots of the Seminese people, I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminese race. The South Island race, haplogroup R4A. We are the
R for
rightful
R, it's not A for
masters
A.
of the
R for R.
Insulindian archipelago.
That's
We
interesting.
descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000. We are the future. That is all you need to know. I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminese women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
You did come from the islands.
No, I have heard about it on the radio.
He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquiry in front of the women.
Yes,
This could have made him more open to discussing the race enigma with you.
Plus one tackle in front of women. Okay.
I don't think anything about it.
Your pedomorphic friend is right. You should leave here with your tail between your legs.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races.
Tip A.
Type B, the
B.
servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education on? Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile.
Oh wow.
They
Okay.
are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding.
Oh, so Alabama?
A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. In Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort.
But I'm surprised they're
wearing
considered
wooden
type A.
clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
Interesting.
You know them by the names of their nation states. The Oranese, the Gotwaldians, and the Königsteiners. My people simply call them Maun.
Mahun is a derogative term for first world people of Gotwaldian descent. They do not all have eczema. Also, people of Katla, like the Suru and the Huhu, are much more lactose intolerant. You're welcome.
The Maun are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity and tassel-centric culture. Inbreeding has led to a lactose-intolerant.
Colorful tassels are, let's be honest, not a good sartorial choice for this century. You might want to avoid wooden clogs too.
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the Golden, the other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen, as proven by the Maun and the Mesk. Occidental type A is in retrograde. The Simonese and the Areopagite are on the ascent. The indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago. The Simonese inhabit the southern islands. I am Simonese, from the stock of Ulembuir on Ile de Fantôme. The Areopagites are the master race of the Ile Maran deserts. The Simonese are descendants of the Areopagites. We came here during a heroic migration from Ile Marat to Ansuland, thousands of years before the lactose-intolerant Maun written Occidentals discovered this place.
I'm sorry, everyone. Just give me a second.
The indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago. The Simonese inhabit the southern islands.
I clicked the other thing by mistake.
I am Simonese, from the stock of Ulumbuir on the Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Simonese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchained. The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form
Oh my
the
god, these
Simeno
big letters are
Areopagite
so
or Simeopagite
hitting my
superrace.
eye.
That is all. There are no more type A races.
Nature was not capable of more.
Type B are the unheroic
It's not B, it's
races,
Bay.
amorphous non-competitors of
Tell
the
me more
great
about your Bay,
race.
man.
The Koikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored. To an
Mud-colored?
untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into their eyes and
Like a
you
ham
will see.
sandwich.
They are of an indistinct muddy color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced. The Koiko, the countless micronationalities au grade, are all inexplicably obsessed with potard. The Revacholians, halfway between type A and the racial called.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
I feel like I should get more information about this, but
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over, like a fever dream of skin, hair, and bone. Wake up, naive Chespias. The revolution came to The revolution is fatal familial insomnia. A hereditary prion condition passed from the Koiko to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade route. Enough of Tibet mediocrity. Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and
I feel like I came to a study instead of.
The mosquito is born. Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Simino? The Koiko, as you know, this will never.
There is a strange sadness in his tone, a less than heroic melancholy this time.
The heart that pumps the hemoglobin is mysterious, and so is its dark will. Enough of these personal matters. Have you been educated to all?
He does not seem angry, nor does the woman look affected. She just twirls her hair. Perhaps they've been through this and established an accord.
You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it. We will see.
Access to the Union is important for our investigation.
Am I mildly worried he might take it seriously, the lieutenant thinks? Yes, I am.
You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return to me. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vacholian. Your love for disco music and venereal racists are generally not very good examples of their race. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw you exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability. From a purely aesthetic standpoint, it is impossible. This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common. Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Rivasholians. Your parents and their parents.
Volumetric shift compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Rivashol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimal.
Okay. Can I talk to any of these women? I can't talk to any woman. Fine. So apparently can't talk to any woman. Interesting. I talk to anybody else here? Money! Finally, I felt that was a huge ass session that I had to deal with, but what do you say? Schooling lesson. What it is, what it is. Wasn't there a library or something ahead of here? Let's do that. Let's figure that out. I think the Enigma race thing would be more solvable there.
Hello, sir. Step right in. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
Huh?
That is a book. They have stories inside them. A postcard is a small cardboard.
She is unfazed by your questions. She would.
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but my pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know? Okay, sir. I'll try to. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside
Plaisance.
minding the register
Plaisance.
or organising the stock.
I've never heard of these names. Plaisance.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful.
There is stress and unease behind the.
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... well, they run out of money and have to stop doing business. They shouldn't be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for businesses. Of course, sir. Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals. And it's kind of like a puzzle. You don't look much like a policeman.
I don't look, but I have a jacket with the halogen on it. How do I not look like a policeman at this point? Judging by my face, I'm pretty devoid of any nutrients, so that makes complete sense.
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
Dick Mullen? I didn't mean to offend, sir. It's just what you don't look like Dick Mullen. The book cover which you see stamping Vespertine officer. A Vespertine officer. Okay.
Head? Yes.
No, it's your soul. Your blue soul.
I'm not sure I understand. If you say so, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for your. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
+1 anxious body language. +1 saw she's cold. +1 afraid of curse.
No, sir, I can't. It would be too tiring to refrain from it. It's already tiring enough to remember to say it all the time. It's nice of you to say I could stop, though. That's a friendly enough face, most of the time. Oh, kings and queens and generals of old. I think that's why people read them, to find.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
But it does make the famous people more famous.
Fair enough. It's a very weird reality that they're showing out here. Like, it does make the more famous people more famous, technically speaking, right? Why would you do that then?
Why would they do that, sir? That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture and everything. Standing over a dead body, holding a gun.
Okay, I think 92% is good enough.
You failed to
I
deduce
failed
anything
that.
substantial. She waits intently.
Oh my god, with a 92% success rate, I failed that? Shut the front door, man. What are you saying right now? That's absurd.
Come on, anyone would notice that.
Put a skill into composure to oh.
Okay, I think that's why.
Seems like most people who read those.
It's the type, or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir. It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process, or should actually be rich himself. But those are unhappy books for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end. That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
Oh wow, it got really real.
Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Yeah, you think she has one about an excruciatingly painful breakup?
I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though. No. Yes, she knows books.
What was that? An idea for an unfinished novel. You clearly have issues you need to address.
What about both when both men are bad?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
Why?
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting. Maybe some about other books?
Wait, there are no books here? Surprising. Surprising indeed. Are there no books here? What the fuck? Okay. All sports magazines. Okay. Gift books and molten candy. Fair enough.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
Ooh, okay.
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people do, wholeness, unity, balance, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself. The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted disease. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Inland Empire is protecting me. Don't believe in curses. Ooh.
The throbbing in your head, suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicine. The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted. The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the Pale, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree. It is supposedly invigorating and good for the circulation.
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell. Browsing through all the books, suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, high-speed next to Irv's life story. Next to that, Revacholian radio personnel.
I really must insist you...
She understands she has erred against the customer and immediately corrects course.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce. I would say... the greatest innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history. A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things. Perhaps for a
Do her words seem vague and abstract to you?
Certainly, it's...
You feel like you should get this one? Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside.
Usually Inland Empires is protecting
These
from the
shelves
truth.
are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. Crime fiction. These books, what's more, not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth. Shelves filled to the brim with crime.
Oh, crime! You're a police officer, apparently.
Okay, I need to know something of the human race. Is there any such... What's this?
You see.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Let's... Oh, there's more here. Okay, cool. Nice.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space.
Yeah, I'm not looking for board games. I'm looking for books that will... that is basically going to give me more information about the human race of this world.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
Storekeeper, tell me about the Musselman books. Look through the display of books. Oh, wait a minute. The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Heimdall. Isn't that a Norse god? Do Norse gods exist in this world?
Oh, Man from Hyundai. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent book. Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives. What does it matter? They're all the same. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Hyundalaman, the Man from Hyundal. It's supposed to be a good introduction.
Rows and rows of Hyundai men blur your maybe 100. Man, not even close. Man from Hyundai in hell. Man from Hyundai.
Okay.
Yes?
Welcome to crime. Be welcome.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
Before we go on, you seem to be well off enough. Can you give me some money? I feel that... Okay. She's bankrupt basically, and I'm asking her money. That doesn't sound right. A curious pendant you're wearing. Narrow your eyes mysteriously. Ooh.
Oh yes. Helps to have an anchor in these times. I am. The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl? And what else can I do for you? Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy.
Okay,
Good
she's
for
not.
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go. Get back there. The books await you. Everything is on the...
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care.
Truth be told, not really. My sister brings in most of the goods. I'm sure it's all very literary stuff with well-written prose. But you don't learn about the important things in life from fabricated stories. The truth is available if you just know where to look, and you have to open and free your mind to understand.
She smiles and nods.
Wait, so apparently she just ignored, like... So I still need that. Oh, what's that? What's that? Is that a map or something?
Several maps have been attached. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revish.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford... They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
90?
That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps. They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it. Drawn from an eye. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor. Even the whirling in rags there. The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the... To the east, rolling Hudon. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor. It looks downright despondent. It's... No. This is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another, far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme, Ozon, Laurentide, Fas à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands. All just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou, in a bookstore. It's you.
It's you? Oh. In the northeast, dust mite stands on the north coast of Kalyu in a bookstore. It's you.
You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Lost Little Pearls of Light. 850 million people live on these little dots. The ocean breaks apart into connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian. Unknown. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust.
Want to buy the map of Martinez? Steal it instead. Let's buy it.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
What? Keys. No. Oh, I don't tell me how to press interact to interact with it.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board.
Oh my god.
Barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made
no.
complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Urinal cleaner instead of urinal. It's interesting way of pronouncing it. I'm gonna check my audio for a bit. Is this great? Oh, it's bad. Hold on. Hello? Yeah. Okay. There you go. Cool. I thought something was gonna go wrong. But now that it's fixed, it's cool. Anything else? I think I got.
There's a piece of toilet paper, or it's a metaphor. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property. Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
It depends. Aside from...
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the... They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit, work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter." These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there, it's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Two cases a week? I've solved it that fast? Holy shit! I've attempted 2 cases a week. Okay. But that sounds like a lot to me.
Huh? Two complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
2 cases of pick up used to.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. It's okay. We all...
God knows I've made my share. He tries not to think of them. Like a fan of girls, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely... Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, a title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction. Yes, all caps. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article free collapsing tenement. Murder feat. It's going to take an effort to piece these
I would just like to
case
say
files
the
together,
language used
but it
here
can be
and the
done.
accents
Once you're done
and
inspecting them up close.
is it going to take an effort to piece things else together? Okay. King Mike is an employee of an convention.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization... Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed. Inspect the interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done. Things to be done and things.
No, actually. Any ideas?
Hello, Lieutenant. Have you by any chance named our case? Okay. The hanged man, the furries are at home in the mirror. The setting sun. Shit on a stick. Oh,
okay. It's a good name, but it has one problem. This case has nothing to do with the setting sun. At all. Something more concrete, perhaps? Do you have something...
Usual is boring. We don't do that.
Great. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little... It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. If you want it to be kitchen tissue. It's not though. It's toilet paper. Still wet, the toilet paper, I mean kitchen tissue, sorry, peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off your finger and voila, the ledger now looks arson. You don't exactly close them. In the back you see, then rip them from the binder and 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle, you don't have to be an intellectual. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields.
So I can now charge people for misconduct. 20 to 250 real. Okay.
These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
Okay.
A dozen pages of thin copy paper. Bright. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. What delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. You feel better. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it. Something rattles inside. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. With your hands, you four-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board.
-1 on Lonesome Long Way Home.
The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It
Okay,
now
let's go with 1.
Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB41. Then, date of initialization.
That's the
and
41
time
precinct, of
arrival
course.
On the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700. The Next World Mural. Why, yes. Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials. I got nothing here. Yeah, we're staying out of this business for now. HDB.
So
It takes
HDB
about
is his
half an
name,
hour
we
to
just don't
piece
know
one
what.
together using the system you've devised. This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut, "True love is possible only in the next world. For new people, it is too late." People call it. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lettrers have the literage of industrial paint. The case files do not show you. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, the 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options. A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority. And that love truly is possible in the next world for
Interesting.
new people. And it is too late for us. No one cares what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger. What do you want to tackle next? Or AKA Leslie and Burke. Leslie, the only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear view mirrors would be for them to stop drinking. You would think that, but threatening, fine. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, no. He must, in the process, he came at us, can't get out, which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another one?
Okay, so it seems like you know, we can revisit these later.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still. It takes about half an hour to piece one together. Using the... Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from
Crack
the
it on the knee like a book. Let's try it.
The 2 sides of the board appear slightly... The slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, you know... Without resistance, 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too.
Interesting.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. It smells of chewing gum. A touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says Tutti Frutti. Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile. You think. Although, Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Throw it away, please. Your hand shakes holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. You feel the ledger slip from your hand.
Did I fail? No, there's some Disco Elysium. Begin.
There is nothing again. Well, almost nothing. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
What? What's happening? What's going on?
Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows.
The call when you're dead.
Here in the paleo, because it's always there.
Thought gained. Okay, I'm still playing the game. Where is Voyager Road? Enough. Ah.
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
Interesting.
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape, its lack of beauty was not the problem.
You think they would let you?
Yes.
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. In the upholstered
Drink. Water.
the water is cold, silvery.
Drink.
With greedy gulps, you down.
What happened? You were reading your paperwork. 10 minutes, maybe.
Okay, start climbing out of the car. Okay.
That does sometimes happen. You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed? Good.
Lonesome. Long way home. Here we go. Home awaits.
Can I can't forget it. But it's gonna take me time to learn the next one. Learn cap speed gives 1 physique. Perception is rate 2. All endurances checks. By checks and okay. 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 I needed to a bit composure. But do I need to do that now? Ugh, what's that sound? It feels weird. Composure to 5. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Accept changes and close. Okay.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed away mug that you dug out of the garbage? Understood. The worn mat features the patchwork. Your finger moves. Finally, come.
What is the race enigma? Okay. Put the advanced race into a free internalizing slot. Put the advanced race theory idea into a free internalizing in your head. If there are no free slots, free one up. Then pass some time and when it's internalized, measure it. Okay. I see. Okay. So advanced theory was this all along and I was searching for a fucking book. I will do this, but for now I need to investigate the body and I will have to do that.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out.
All right.
He's downplaying his excitement. The dashboard light, the lights unfold.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote one.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears.
There she is. Revache.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry.
Ah, Martinez. Let me see. Right here. No, it does not.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. The first row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some. There are so many, it's hard to count. More than the last row has 3. That's it.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? Fair point. This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. Wow, more than 200.
Wow. I was wondering because 2 cases a week is difficult.
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way.
What's it feel like to kill a man, Mr. McCoy? Honestly, babe, says John McCoy, crossing his ankle.
There are certain officers who... But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for. Everyone has their own. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Why not gardening?
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Yes.
It's not a problem for him to state it. The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights. Yes?
Okay, Measurehead is formidable. Okay, I can internalize this. I need to figure out. Wait, my name. Where is my name? Interact. My ledger is gone. Or is this my ledger? My ledger is gone. I didn't. Oh.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers without resistance or sound. The 2 panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. You stare at the card, willing your hand to move. 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their... It's slightly, ever...
Yeah, I'm not using that option. Okay. Cool. So... let's carry the bag around.
Hello again, officer.
Okay. So as promised, I want to end this with, you know, finding my way of robotics. Can I check this again?
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere...
Visual calculus is not gonna happen. Okay. I do need to...
There he still is, looking right through you, with his white
Plus 6
eyes.
shit compressed.
The body
okay.
below is in. As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a smell of the mind. The man before you is naked, but
There we
for
go.
a pair, the material appears to be ceramic.
Finally.
Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the delicate and fragile. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is what under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
A small bell-like sound fills the air.
It's anything but. This material...
Faint, organic, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks if trees were made of porcelain. This is the smooth. The whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. E50, 100, 1000.
Good. Can you read it to me? We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us. Piece by piece, we should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know. No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They usually hang them completely naked.
Fucking talking about underpants.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar for a full set, about 4 years of wages. As a wage, it's regrettably small, but for a piece of hardware, yes, that's a lot. That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor just something I scraped together from my station. And
he's not actually sure of that. He's just being tactful.
I agree. This equipment is...
This feels dangerous. Are you sure? The sabatons dangle off the cadaver slowly. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below.
Industrial strength.
Like in a circus. When the circus leaves town and they tie a black-spotted giraffe to the wall of a carry pen.
Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I'm still approaching this as a lynching, yes. Motivated by the ongoing strike.
No. You feel like it was something else. But what?
Yes, it often is. This bell worries me. It's not merely polyester. It's steel reinforced. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt. Limbs limp. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso. His corpse is marked by stars. Alcohol
Didn't
and
the
heartbreak.
big bodyguard guy have tattoos as well? And he was pretty tall. I think he's part of the Seminese people.
A map of the stars.
As if someone left out most.
So am I.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open.
Shit, Kuno! What?
An instant color camera.
This is the first time he opens.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule.
In case we need it.
Oh, we'll need it, all right.
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Sure. Just don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the... As you narrow your eyes, only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
We took a picture though.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it. I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
Climb up there and there has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
His eyes, dark brown hair, grow. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression, not carried on his features, but below, inside, an expression of pleasure.
I'm gone. What do you mean? It's the power of your...
Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips.
Imagine.
Yeah, man! Don't be crazy!
He loves those. Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions? Here you go, you loony. Into the wild. In the past. I'm a joke. Look at me. A killer. Go ahead, Coppo. Fuck no. You're no Rooney. Between you and me, your name is probably Harry. You can be anything you want, brother, because you have. Maybe I was getting my rocks off.
Ooh, okay. Was he drugged?
Do I look like an erotic auto-asphyxiation type to you? Captain Coppodromo, I fear we are drifting. Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners, and, of course, do I remind you of someone? Sure I do. You just come back later, Corpo.
Yes, we do.
Yeah! Bang bang!
How? It absolutely will not, officer. That's not how physics work. It will maybe cut one thread loose.
Yeah, now we're talking.
No, miss!
The lieutenant is undecided. On one hand, he wants to shoot some gun. On the other, it's an awfully stupid idea.
My motor robotics isn't... Well, it's medium, I would say. It's not that good, not that bad.
Silence. With and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding.
God damn it.
He feels bad about his eyes mostly, just having bad eyesight.
Fucking idiot!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's sorry.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
No, any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with. I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance. Someone else? You mean like the police? Someone like a paid garbage man? Or a cleaning crew? I have bad news for you. That is, I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Do we really need to get him down? I can try to shoot him down.
It's bad as it is. As
They only have one.
Oops.
This is the sorry.
Officer, why do we only have one gun? That is even more
We're not off to a good start.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana boyka. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
The cold piece of bakelite,
The fuck are you waiting for, coon?
the buckle, comes into focus.
Come
Why
on.
don't you just shoot yourself?
This isn't mere boundary pushing. There is a
Oh
true
my God, that is
suicidal
bad.
rage in the kid as she's provoking you. Your field of view narrows.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty? Do it! Set me free!
You feel as though it would be dangerous to set this creature free.
Don't.
Do it!
Oh wow. Holy shit. I'm not shooting a child.
Intense shit, copper.
Fucker waved his gun! It wasn't intense, it was pathetic! Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck
This
me, pig?
kid.
Is that what this is about?
What's wrong with these children?
The lieutenant
Fucking pussy!
didn't shoot me. There is sincere disappointment on her face. This kid was expecting pandemonium and release from her mortal.
We need to access the harbor and ask the leader of the Union to have it taken down. They have the tools, and they have men. I did not want us to be indebted to Everard Clare. I wanted us to...
You need to suck my dick!
The leader of the Union.
It still kind of looks like a map of the stars in the night sky. Gone. For you to discover. Someone close to the victim might know.
Okay, I think the tattoo guy might know, but I need to... Now that I have this... I need this authority up. Accept and close changes. Run the number on the victim's armor. Where's the rest of the armor? Getting down the body. The victim's tattoo. Okay, done. Cool. Okay. I need to remove. Oh, can I get another one? Internalize. Advanced theory. Yes. Cool. Now that we have that in place, thank you for watching, everyone. Whoever joined, whoever didn't join. If you're watching this later, whenever, do drop a comment. Subscribe if you are enjoying this. I know it's a no face cam thing, but it's kind of me chilling and playing something for a while. So just to clear my head and just enjoy. So yeah, thank you for joining, and see you next time.